very much for coming. I've been informed by the committee that the opening statements will be 4 minutes in duration. And so, Linda, we will begin with you.
Good evening, Dan. Thank you very much, and I'd like to thank our RTC chairs who are here this evening, and also our first selectman for a minute I forgot what town I was in because I've been traveling to so many towns. But Avon and Canton, I'm very pleased to be here tonight to speak to all of you. I've been asked, why in the world would you want to run for the United States Senate? Given the state of our country and where it is today, and what do you think you can accomplish being a United States Senator? You've never run for public office. You've never held public office. You're not familiar with politics. How in the world are you going to get the job done? I decided to run for the United States Senate because I just couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore and watch where our government and our administration was taking our country. Just as you heard from the candidates for governor tonight, relative to the situation in our state, unfortunately, that mirrors the situation in our country. We are overburdened by debt, which is increasing. Last week, Congress voted to raise the debt ceiling to allow us to be in debt up to $14 trillion by the end of the year, as opposed to a little over 12 where we are now. Our deficit is about $1.6 trillion in our country. We are spending money like there's no tomorrow, like we have a blank check, or like we have a credit card without any limits. And I think those of you who run households understand that when the going gets tough, when you don't have the same economic opportunity that you've had, when you don't have as much money coming in, you've got to tighten your belt. Maybe you don't go to the movies, or you don't go out for dinner. You've got to do those basic things, and that's what we need to do in government. So it seemed to me that there weren't enough business people in government with enough common sense to understand that you can't spend your way out of debt, and you certainly can't spend more than you make. I just don't understand the economic principles that seem to be guiding our country and our government. Politics cannot be the same as usual. If we keep sending the same politics to Washington, we're going to get the same politics out. We have to send different viewpoints, outsiders from the political world. I'm not a career politician, but I am a businesswoman. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I've been married to my husband Vince for 43 years. I've built a successful company from the ground up where it was 2 people sharing a desk in the basement of a house. We've gone from bankruptcy, where we lost everything, to rebuilding, to a company that is today traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol WWE for World Wrestling Entertainment. A company that I'm incredibly proud of. Incredibly proud to have served as the CEO of that company, of taking that business and growing it from a northeastern regional company to a global brand that is now seen in over 140 countries and translated in 35 languages. The skills of a CEO include leadership, management, balancing a budget, executing a business plan, negotiating contracts, and really pushing for consensus when you can, and when you can't, fighting for what you know is the right thing to do. So as a United States Senator, I would bring those skills to the table and fight to represent each and every one of you in the state of Connecticut, to be your voice without any special interest obligations, because I'm accepting no special interest money in my campaign. I'm funding it myself. I'm not taking any PAC money.
Thank you.
So I thank you very much.